Hello, hello. We are at April 2023, the King of New York um, event, and we are going to crown a King of New York, kind of King of the Ring style. There's 8 competitors. What's that going to be? Four, six, 7 matches leading to a King of New York being crowned. Big angle with that. Uh, very excited to see how it goes. No, I didn't test it out or anything before. I just literally got done booking it now. We are debuting Zippy and Justice, which I gotta find a name for them still. Um, like I said, I'm still kind of planning on using them as like an Enzo and Cass heel style without the, I don't want to say the wholesomeness, but without the favorability. Where Enzo and Cass, they had a shtick where the soft thing. Um, Surprised they haven't been picked up by anyone really. I guess Cass is an impact, but um, really trying to find that characters with them. But good chemistry. Zippy, someone that has potential, and he is a lightweight, so he takes up one half of our acts with the lightweight act. So we have one more room for one more lightweight. Our roster is kind of not dwindling down because we're still almost double of what we could be. I'm sorry to pause. Recently lost Adamio. We lost Tennessee William last year, and then we lost recently Jerry Martin. So we're still trying to find our feet. Uh, with the women as well, there's like one angle with them tonight. So I'm doing better with them. And something I realized before we get into it, this is like the most fun part of the game, like having monthly events, and just got to be patient. The one comment is like in early July, the guy was talking about, I was like, yeah, I found with patience is important with this game, but and I realize that I think not I've been playing too much, but I've been you know kind of hammering these out just so in case something happens, Ford catches up or something like that, I can be ahead. Try to do one a day, drop. So we have about 2 years in game to really get to medium, and then even then, mid south, northwest, southwest, those are very key to go from medium to big. We're only at 6 and 5. So we really have a long ways to go big, quote unquote. So medium is where I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to get to a TV show, weekly show, just because I think that is going to be a task. Because then do I make, every TV show, do I, record it like this, or do I do like a monthly wrap up into like a main event? Um, so I'm kind of curious to see what everybody thinks with that. When it comes to TEW local to global games, everybody kind of sprints to medium. When there hasn't been a local to global since the cap and how much popularity you can gain a month, so it's kind of hard to see what other people do. And I'm kind of curious, just leaving up to anyone who watches, like, hey, how do you like watching it? Would you be okay if I just like, all right, so last month we did this, this, and this is the show, and here's the ratings, here's what stood out to me, here's the big news from there, and then like, all right, here's our King of New York pay-per-view. I'm not sure yet, but we still have plenty of time. It is July 12th right now. Probably not going to get to that point till end of July. Uh, it depends. Oh, not even probably end of August if I had to bet. But yeah, let's just get to it, and we will start our pay-per-view off with Kip Keenan defeating Father Cobra, advancing in the what's it called? The King of New York 2023 tournament. And in this match, we saw Hawkeye Calhoun kind of distract Father Cobra, answering his request of joining, Repentance. And we saw Kip Keenan pick up the biggest win to date. We go straight into Bullwrecker versus Mutant. Mutant defeats Bullwrecker with the Tina Turner. We have James Diaz show up saying, I'm not going to honor the fans with my presence tonight. I'm going to take the night off. So you guys get to watch me maybe next month, maybe. It's kind of starting off with an entitled second generation gimmick. I'm thinking like a early evolution Randy Orton before the Legend Killer. Kind of, look at me, the next hot, like I'm hot shit kind of thing. And we'll see how we can play off that for now. Just, finding his way. He's only 21. And like I said, we're not going to be medium for another 2 years. And then even after that, maybe we stay at monthly events, Or maybe I do like, I don't know, we'll figure that out. Let me know what you guys are thinking with that. But, we have a lot of time with him, so I'm not going to be in a big hurry. We go into Primetime Jack Pride picking up his first victory in New York City Wrestling, getting a roll up on Malachi Milk, holding the tights, advancing into the King of New York 2023 tournament. Now, why is Primetime Jack Pride in the tournament if he hasn't done shit in the company so far? It's to prove himself. Because you remember, he had that promo at Jack Bruce a couple, what was that, February? And this is the follow up to that of like, hey, lock it in, show me something. And, he picks up a win here. A win's a win. We get into Hawkeye Calhoun giving a promo saying he's going to prove everyone wrong and he's going to use Father Cobra as a way to advance himself. And Father Cobra comes back to him, now you're going to pay for your sins. We have Ryan McManus and Saeed Ali brawling as just a way to continue that storyline without having to give up a big match on this show because there's a lot of matches on the show already with the tournament. And it's kind of advancing. So Riley starts off promo replying to Saeed Ali. Ali maybe just like comes in. I kind of visualize Ali as a Eddie Kingston kind of, where he's a heel. Again, Eddie had that likability to him that Saeed Ali I don't think has. So playing off that, we go to Brutus Milano versus Xavier Reckless, with Xavier Reckless getting a big win over Brutus Milano, advancing in round 2. We have Mutant versus Kip Keenan, with Mutant defeating Kip Keenan via the Tina Turner, advancing to the finals of the New York City Wrestling King of New York tournament. Then we go into a huge matchup where we have the LA Stars versus Zippy and Justice Jolson, where Justice Jolson actually pins LA Star number 2 in the matchup. So they debut, and they debut strong by beating uh, Dean Wardorf and Marv Stalter, I think is their names, would be the best tag team in New York City Wrestling history, but LA Stars is number 1A or number 1, and the Ring Generals are number 2. So there's history here, and LA Stars are bad rut so far. They lost to Mutant, they lost, can't regain the titles, losing streak. Following that, we have Ruby Reese kind of attacking Fuyoka Higa backstage after, Fuyoka is mocking her, maybe in the backstage locker room. So I visualize this locker room angle with Fuyoka mocking Ruby. Ruby just straight up attacks Fuyoka, showing next month, okay, there's going to be a fight here. We then go in LA Stars backstage kind of arguing to one another in regards to recent events and really showing that frustration. I need to create a storyline with this, but we might be splitting them. We might be turning them heel. There's something coming with them. We go into our semifinals of Xavier Reckless defeating Primetime Jack Pride to advance to the finals of King of New York. So it's going to be Xavier Reckless versus Mutant, the two hottest, or at least the two most protected in our company that is in Austin Smooth right now. And then we go right into Mutant defeating Xavier Reckless to win the King of New York tournament. Now, post-match, there's a big thing where, the referee goes to raise Mutant's hand, but, Mutant just pushes the referee down, raises his own hand, maybe raises, the trophy, smashes the trophy. Very extra. Kind of remember, we got to remember Mutant was a heel. Although we are kind of getting that Goldberg style push, he's a heel. So kind of having him assault the referee, disregard the title, leads to Jack Bruce actually stripping Mutant as the King of New York. Did not happen as was. Did not happen as specified. Rick was already the holder. That's fine. I'll just vacate it after. But it's just to show that, all right, Mutant, you know what? You went out of line. Here's your repercussions. As you remember, the King of New York, what we've been doing, they get the title shot. He now no longer gets that title shot. So does that go to Xavier Reckless? I don't know. And in our main event, really good match with Austin Smooth defeating Mass Stranger to put a finale of that feud where this is actually a clean victory now. First time he couldn't get the clean win, so he DQ'd. Mass Mauler accidentally hurt Mass Stranger in the follow-up. And then in the final, Austin Smooth actually pulls it out from under him and gets the win. So overall, that is our King of New York show. Our best show to date. Part of that obviously is the angle in our main event. And I was really, really pleased with this. I just think that let's actually go Kip here because he had really good matches. Um, but that's the key in New York, where Mutant. We're gonna look at him and Xavier Reckless to see their popularity. And my experience, that a tournament in the same night or over 2 nights is a great way to get somebody over. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mutant's probably our most popular act in the company right now, or really close. Um, that said, I think Mutant right now we're kind of treating as the guy. Even though Austin Smooth actually, technically speak, is the best champion we've had since the series started. He's had I think 7 or 8 defenses now. It just said on the screen. But Mutant really is coming up as to be the guy within that, and he can back it. But Austin Smooth is really good as well. So let's see here. New team PSW, Jake Idle and Simone Machine. That's funny. Justice Jolson doesn't get it. He can probably be cut loose. Yeah, whatever. Best viewers to date, and nothing really big there. If we already went over it, no big deal. We didn't go popularity points, so next show we probably will. Um, Original Center and House Bouncer I should probably have included in the show. That was an accident. So Xavier Reckless popularity in Tri-State didn't go up, but everywhere else kind of did. Let's see here, Mass Miller was on the show. Saeed Ali, no change real big noticeable there. Primetime Jack Pride, everywhere's kind of catching up towards 20, so we're getting there. Mutant, uh, pretty good. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything more or less. So to go from a 41 to 47 in one night is pretty big. So with that, I'm not sure how I'm gonna book him as a heel because who else does he really have to beat? We'll figure something out. Kip Keenan, popularity went up pretty decently, even though he was overused on the card, so that probably hurt him a little bit. But pretty decent come up. Justice Jolston, yeah, James Diaz again, long term. We want to go there. Hawkeye Calhoun. Now the other areas are starting to catch up to his tri-state and getting out of that red. He was kind of one that, very popular in the tri-state region, but if he left that area, done. Cobra didn't get hurt at all losing. Now with the tournament, a lot of people didn't get to be on the show, like, our new tag champs, House Bouncer, Original Center, Charlie Corner, but it was just because there was so much going on, and that's why when it comes to the King of New York, Mutant was won it. So I'm not able to like strip him of it, but that's just something for us to remember in storyline. And then it went up a full 7 points within that. Um, it is our biggest draw, I guess, to date. And we also included the tournament thing, if I could find it in front of me. There we go. And we ended it. So we had the King of New York 2023, and then we had our inaugural Women's Championship. So maybe, at a 5-year mark, we'll do like a series like this is what we've done so far, this is where we're going. Kind of like the end of year review, which that's going to be, I was just looking at how much money we had. I didn't like actually copy the saves to do the end of year, so we'll have to figure something out with that. But when it comes to that, really good show in a sense of everybody that was protected got over a little bit, and we made a new guy with Mutant is now our number one wrestler. Austin Smooth, Matt Stranger, Zippy to Ravel. Let's see here, untap potential. So I'm very curious to see what any of these mean, to see if that means like they're gonna be really good in ring or just draws or their popularity caps higher. Kind of curious to see what that is. I think it's interesting. Wow, Mutant is our number two. And talking, I thought it would be Fuyoka because he's not really much of a talker, but his charisma is high and his star quality is high. But I mean, Fuyoka, I don't know. Interesting. I thought she'd be number two. And Zippy being number four, I expect him to talk a lot. But God, what a terrible name. That said, and these are actually two game created people, but that's where we're going to cut it for this show. So far, no injuries within the game. Pretty cool. And we'll see here. Very close, but a little more over. So Mutant might be the first. Um, looks like poor choice. Very close. So maybe Mutant's our first figurehead, and we kind of Goldberg pushed to the moon. starting to sell merch even. And Jack Bruce, you can see the 70-30 split is working to our advantage, and I think that's fair. Little update there, and it's nice. It's awesome seeing like Mass Ranger Diva Arnold selling merch. Love to see that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and talk to you next time. Later.